Hello and thank you for joining me today. My name is BMayer, Technical Sales Specialist at IBM, focusing on Cognos. My goal is to enable you to leverage your enterprise Cognos business analytics environment to its fullest potential. In today's world, to take even more advantage of systems we use to make better business decisions, mobile is leading the charge. We all probably rely on our mobile smartphones and tablets more today than we realize, and than we even care to admit. Cognos Mobile now allows you to use these devices to be smarter about how, when, and where we conduct business. Cognos Mobile allows us to take our work out of the office, meet with our customers or clients, wherever it makes the most sense for the consumer of my data. Wherever it makes most sense for me, the consumer of my data. In April of this year, Christine Gattinio, IBM VP and Global Practice Leader, in a presentation titled Accelerating Enterprise Agility, highlighted how prevalent mobile devices have become. Today, over 2 billion people are on the internet. This actually translates to over 5 billion devices connected globally. In the future, we will become even more reliant, with over 50 billion devices estimated to be in use by the year 2020. She describes this as the amplification of everything. So we can see how mobile apps such as Cognos Mobile are in demand today and paving the way for increased usage of our systems in the future. What I will demonstrate for you today are several features of the Cognos Mobile app. First, we're going to take a look at active reports on the iPad. Next, we'll actually log into my enterprise Cognos environment to view reports that I might use every day. Here, I'm going to show you how I can perform many of the same features I can do if I were in the office. Once viewing a report, I can drill down, drill up, and drill through to get more details about my business. Then I will demonstrate to you how I can navigate my Cognos system to find even new dashboards and content that I want to view. And finally, we can have a brief discussion on how Cognos Mobile works with good technologies, if implemented in your environment to address your security concerns. As I begin the demo, let me reiterate that Cognos Mobile takes your information one step further by taking your information to you wherever you are. Online or offline, you can leverage the value of business analytics to make better business decisions, collaborate with your colleagues, or take your best offer to your customers. Now that I've set the stage, let's begin. We're going to take a look at the Cognos mobile app. I'm going to scroll to the right, and on the bottom, you're going to see a variety of sample reports provided to me when I downloaded Cognos Mobile from the iTunes Store. These samples will give you a great opportunity to see a variety of designs so you can see the true capability of the system. If you're not familiar with active reports, these are the reports that can be pushed to your device or pulled down by you. These reports are self-contained, offline reports that incorporate both data and the graphical objects. So you can view these in front of your customers completely disconnected from your Cognos environment. Active reports can contain very nice dynamic reporting objects which smooth the transition as you select different aspects or dimensions of your business. So let's take a look at one of the reports that's on here, and let's take a look at the sales dashboard. As we load up and display the information, we can first tap on our nice menu by getting an overview of our business. Again, this is a very dynamic environment, so if I want to change different views, I can tap on my different products. So right now we're looking at Alpha on the pie chart. I'm going to tap on Charger, and you can see how my graphics will change and update. And if I look at the Nova product as well, I can see how my environment changes. If we wanted to take a closer look at the market analysis, I can tap on the menu option at the top, and I can get another look. And you can see how I can get the ability to drill up and drill down and focus on different states that might be of interest to me. So let's take a look at Texas. And we can see our order revenue trends and our market revenue trends. And at the bottom, you can see we've got several different customers, and we've got the same drill down nomenclature. So I'm going to tap on my Gulf Mech Systems and my Alpha product, and I can continue to get more and more information and details about this particular region and this particular customer and the products that they're interested in. If I want to tap on product shipments at the top, I can then see another view, and right now we can look at the chart. If we're more interested in the values underneath this, I can just click on table, and I can again see how this report was designed to give me both a nice view of both a graphical view of my data as well as crosstab view. So I'm going to click on the two arrows at the top, and I'm going to return back to my list of samples. And I'm going to tap that again, and I'm going to come back to my Cognos environment, and I'm going to scroll over to my reports. So now we're going to connect to our production Cognos environment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on my reports, and I've already configured and specified where my server is and my username. So now I'm just going to specify the password. And now I can start to see the reports that I have taken a look at before and that I might be most interested in looking at again. So what we see here are a handful of reports, some that I've loaded and some that I haven't. And I'm going to take a look at, for example, my executive financial performance, that I've actually made some modifications and customized this dashboard for what I want to look at. So you can see I have here information that's identical to what I would see on my portal if I connected through my browser if I was in the office. At the top I have my bar chart, in the middle I have my pie chart, and again on the bottom I have my crosstab view of this information. If I want to take a closer look at services, I can tap that and I can drill up, drill down, and I can even see some of the more detailed information. So I can see what that I can see what my gross profit is related to the services. If I tap in the bar chart, I can again see more information on my cost of goods sold and so forth. Now let's go to the bottom crosstab and take another look at our financial metrics, and I can see here my total revenue, cost of goods sold, all the different measures that are going to help me run my business, and I can see them broken down by different quarters. So if I want, just as I can do on the enterprise if I was in the office, I could take a closer look at my cost of goods sold by just tapping there, and now I can drill down to get more information on that cross section and see what information is in the system that's going to help me take this information to my customer. And I can now see more details about this particular product and my financial metrics. So I hope this is a helpful way to see the information that I can take advantage of both on the mobile environment as well as what I can see in the office. But here I'm actually connected to my server away from the office where I can look at this information live. If I want to look at my sales, my quarterly sales performance, I actually have some prompts embedded. Now this report was actually designed for the desktop, so we'd have to do a little bit of redesigning to make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. But the point is here I can specify my different products. I can come here and look at my different market segments. I can change my years. And just as I can do on the desktop, I can reprompt and I can refresh these trends that I'm looking at. So I can get a report that's the information that I want to see and that I need to see to improve my business. So again, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on the areas of the business that are most important to me so I can take my sales information into the field and help facilitate the sales force. The last thing we're going to discuss today is the ability to look at content that's on the server, on my enterprise environment, but that I might not have looked at. So I'm going to be able to press this plus at the top right of the screen, and I'm going to see the same folder structure that I'm used to seeing in the office. I'm going to be able to see that here. So I'm going to tap on my public folders, and I'm going to go to D2G, and I'm going to look at my sales, and I'm going to look at my profitability, sales and profitability analysis. And now we can see the information that we're interested in. So this might be a dashboard that someone told me about that I need to know so I can better run the business when I'm not in the office. And we can see here that if we're looking at the crosstab view, we can see that in two areas we've got values that were highlighted as a concern in North America and in South America that we want to focus on. They're below a threshold, they're highlighted in red, and they're areas that we might need to look at to improve our business. So let's tap on North America and drill down. And now we can see actually how the United States has 2 quarters where our margins were below estimate, as well as Canada. Let's focus on the United States. So we're going to tap and drill down again. So again, we have the same concept of drill up and drill down that we have. And now we have a lot more information, and we can see what is putting the United States in the risk of making our sales and profitability for the next quarter. And we can see the different markets where we need to focus on, and we can again drill down further. I'm going to tap the 2 arrows at the top, and I'm going to come back and rerun our executive financial performance analysis, the report that I told you earlier that I wanted to run, that I modified for my use. And I might see some information here that causes concern. So the final thing we're going to do today is show you how I can leverage the native capability of the Apple iPad with my Cognos reports. So at the top right, you see the little pen. I'm going to tap that pen, and I might focus on the fact that worldwide sales is up, and I'm going to draw a line over here and say, just type in, this is great. And now I'm going to email this out to one of my clients. And I'm going to select my user that I want to send this to, and I can send this out and use this to collaborate and say, hey, Bill, can you take a look at this? We're doing really well in this example. And Bill might have some ideas of what we've done well in our worldwide sales that we can now leverage in the U.S. to bring more strength to the U.S. sales. So with this, I hope this gives you a good idea of what Cognos can do. Just to finalize our discussion, as we talked earlier, Cognos does have a separate download for the good technologies, which will leverage some of the specifics of good technology for mobile apps. So it'll basically take advantage of the good sandbox that good will create on the iPad. So it provides that added strength and security for your corporate VPN. And that's a separate native app for the iPad device. And then as is enforced by good, if that device is lost or stolen, good can wipe out that whole sandbox environment and take with it all the content. So Cognos is secure on its own and leverages the benefits of good technology for added security. So to summarize, what we've done is we've taken a look at Cognos Mobile. We've taken a look at reports that are online. We've taken a look at reports that are offline, our active reports. And we showed you how we can manipulate these reports to continue to get more information no matter where we are location-wise, in the office or out of the office. Thank you very much.